So wait a minute, you just send me training plans, nutrition plans, and then I go and do it all myself? Yeah. Okay, so you don't actually coach me in person? No. Okay, so I just have to go to the gym, follow those plans, and I'll get results? Yep. And that'll be £2,000, please. Just let me know when you've made the payment. Oh, okay. I think I'll leave it. So here we go. Is online coaching a scam? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Chris Bradley. And today we're going to talk about online coaching. I want to address the situation when it comes to online coaching. Look, online coaching has had a massive impact on this industry, and it's just made people realize that they can get results online. Post-COVID, it has boomed. I do think it's settling down a little bit, and it's created so many online coaches, from personal trainers leaving the gym floor, gym owners closing their gym down. They realised during COVID that actually I can sell this thing online. I can actually be an online coach, travel the world and not be tied down to a place. But here's the thing, everybody wants to be an online coach because it represents being a successful business owner. Nobody wants to be an actual coach anymore. Now listen, I'm going to level with you. I spend a lot of my days and weeks and months turning personal trainers into business owners. I need them to become a business owner, because when you transition from just being a personal trainer who counts reps and talks to clients, and you transition over to being a business owner, this is when your life can change. This is when you can have more impact. This is when you can actually build your wealth for the rest of your life. But there's a big bit in between that process that you need to make sure you're getting right, and that's actually being a good coach. Nowadays, I'm seeing a lot more coaches excited about sales and being a business owner than they actually are getting a client a result. Now, I don't often talk about a coach getting results because it's so obvious to me that that's the first stage. Like, I spent a lot of my personal training days getting incredible results, and I'm in that fortunate position right now because I got the best results in my country consistently. And so, like, for me, when I'm giving advice to personal trainers, gym owners, online coaches, that's just a given. Like, I feel like I don't even have to talk about that. Nowadays, you'll see certain services selling to personal trainers about how to be a better coach, and it's like, that should be your bread and butter. Just be a good communicator and actually learn how to communicate. It's not actually being a coach, it's being a good communicator. So these courses aren't worth buying, to be honest with you. So it's like, actually listen to your clients. How do you be a better communicator? Well, you go and learn how to be a better communicator, because a better communicator will mean you'll become a better coach. Now, the reason I'm telling you it needs to be a communicator is because you don't actually have to go away and get more CPDs. You don't have to go away and get a kettlebell course, a mental health course, definitely not that. You don't have to get all of these things. You just have to be a better communicator and actually care. So let's actually talk about what's happening in the online space right now. We have coaches right now who are literally spending their content and marketing and time creating reels. They're in this reel hamster wheel. Now look, they're trying to get eyeballs so they can buy their stuff, but they've turned into this content creator. And look, content creator is a profession in its own right. Go and be a content creator then, because when I speak to these coaches and they come on board my agency, a lot of the time they are leaking clients, and it's because you can tell. You ask to see their diary, and their diary is spent up with content creation, things for themselves, their own training. It's like, where are you actually coaching here? And here's the kicker. The coaching element is literally copy and paste programs and copy and paste feedback to every single client. So it's funny because they look at their content, the prospects looks at their content, they see this kind of well-rehearsed content that's planned and stuff, and they go, I really like that guy, I'm going to sign up with him. They sign up with him, then they go to their service, so there's the marketing, there's the service. It's, if you imagine a house, right, in a garden, the garden looks amazing. There's all these flowers planted. They're out there trimming each blade of grass with scissors. It looks amazing. And they're out there going, hey, come on in. Like, that's their marketing. And you go in the house, the coach, the business owner stays outside marketing for more people. The people go in the house, the clients, and they go, fuck, is this it? And the house is a riot. There's nothing happening, it needs upgraded, there's no communication, you don't know where anything is. You meet fellow community members and you're just kind of like, do you know what to do? And it's like, it's flat. It's like going to a terrible party. And basically they just leave out the back door because the front garden for advertising for this party was not the same as what was happening on the inside. So you do not want that. There is coaches obviously out there, business owners out there who have a very good house inside. It's amazing. They're actually inside the party, looking after the guests, community members, telling them what everything is, they're getting them introducing each other, it's amazing. But their marketing, their garden is shocking. Now, I would much rather that than the other way, and that's my point here, is these online coaches are becoming content creators to the point what they say they do and what it looks like is not what it looks like on the inside. And that's the key, that's what matters most. And so this then represents how you conduct your week and how you conduct your day-to-day, where you're more excited by the prospect of new sales and creating content and you're out in the algorithm and your reach than you actually are coaching. So if you're going to be a coach and business owner, you have to be a coach, and your diary has to reflect that, your actions have to reflect that, and your passion for coaching has to be there. So I want you to ask yourself this: if you've been coaching for a while, when was the last time you got genuinely excited by helping people? And now listen, you can get to a point, if you've been coaching for a long time, where you just question your passion for it anymore. You question like how long you're going to do this for. Absolutely. But the big reason in the headline for this title is about online coaching being a scam is that you're selling online coaching. So you're selling it, like I said, probably in that manner. And then they come in, and here is what happens, to take this metaphor even further, but actually tell you reality. So I mentioned about being in the house, not knowing where anything is, and just it's been very generic. Most online coaches are conducting a Loom video whereby they do a check-in process, and they like the sound of their own voice, to be honest. They review feedback, they see the stats, they do a video so that they can talk to the client, just say stuff. It ends up being the exact same stuff as they say to every other client. The only thing is you add in a different name and a different training plan or a different approach. But it's all the same, and you see the same stuff every single week. Now, so here's the problem why this title is titled Online Coaching is a Scam. Number one is you are not selling online coaching, you're selling a transformation and you're selling a result for your client. So I always find it funny when coaches, they do posts like, what is online coaching? It's like, that's like a cafe, like a local cafe, just going, what is a cafe? And then just talking about what a cafe is. They wouldn't do that. They would be like, here's why, what's it called, Black Sheep? Here's why Black Sheep coffee beans are sourced from this certain country, and this is why it tastes so good, and that's why it's got that extra little zing to the XYZ. And yet online coaches are out there going, here's what online coaching is. It's remote coaching. Like, I don't understand it, so please stop doing it. Number two is that your coaching is not premium. The marketing doesn't match, and you aren't actually coaching. But here's where things get interesting, okay? So nowadays you've got loads of systems, you've got automations, you've got things that can help you coach. Like we actually install, we call it an MRR sidekick, into our coach's business to make them look better, to make their clients feel seen and heard, but we still make sure the process is coaching the person and not the process. So the key thing here I want you to think about is like, if we have a coach who installs systems and automations, amazing, it's going to make their life a lot easier. Unfortunately, nowadays it's been taken to the extreme whereby there's reminders, there's automations, there's stuff that's happening that the coach isn't even doing because they're trying to step into the business owner's shoes too much and they went too far one way, and that just removes even more opportunity for you to coach. Look, I've got a team, I've got an amazing team who do a lot of work, I've got a lot of systems working in the background, like we have all that installed, but the key thing is that I've got a finger on the pulse of every single client that we work with because I'm able to tell where they're at. Guess what? Because of these systems, but then I come in and I know the personalised approach to it. So there is a way that you can do this, and I just feel that online coaching has become this thing where people are underqualified doing it, and so they're better at technology, they're better at content, and it's becoming a bit of a lie the way that it's been pitched and presented. You think about it, like how many online coaches put out there this big massive fabricated number that they're going to get for this for their clients, like this big weight loss, this big thing, and it's never the case. And then when they do come in, it's a copy and paste job to the same people. And this is another thing I was mentioning there about like just doing Loom videos to everybody. If you could never do check-in feedback or Loom videos, what would happen with your clients? Now, I want you to ponder that because there's a lot of people watching this who are probably like, they probably want to get results. Like, yeah, exactly. They're waiting for a 10-minute video from you for you to tweak something for the following week. By the way, as well, one of the biggest flaws with check-ins and Loom videos is that you talk about stuff in the past that you can't dictate now. So I want you to think about that. So here's 3 big solutions that I want you to write down. Build systems that enhance your coaching, not replacing your coaching. Create automated touch points that supplements your expertise, not substitute it. Now, what I mean by that is that you should have an actual expertise where this all ties into. So for example, for us, we're all about MRR. We have 10 pillars of MRR that we install into our clients' businesses. And when we're auditing coaches, we audit through the 10 pillars. So it's a framework, but each coach scores it individually. So we then talk to them and talk to that score. Whereas you probably just go, what's your nutrition adherence, training adherence? So we tie everything that we do around our expertise. And that's how you can use systems and frameworks and automations to help Supplement your expertise. And number 3 is scale your impact without scaling away your passion. Now, one of the incentives for people to install systems and automations and stuff is to save themselves time because they're tired and burnt out. I get that 100%, but you might actually question your passion a little bit, and systems and automations aren't going to help get you that passion back. You need to go in and coach the right people, have awkward conversations. You have to do that first before you add automations. Think about your client who's struggling to lose fat. They don't just start taking fish oils and creatine and stuff like that to help them lose fat if they're not sticking to calories. They fix their caloric intake first. They fix the problem of why they can't hit their calories. Then, once that's good, we add in supplements that can support it. It's like the nutrition pyramid of importance, okay? It's the same with your coaching and how you coach. So I'm going to close this out. If you're spending more time in your business avoiding coaching, then you're not building a business. You're building a house of cards that's going to cause you problems further down the line. And we see this with the coaches who don't coach as much. They always have clients leaving because their clients are basically speaking to robots half the time, and the clients can sniff that it's half-arsed effort. You're waiting every week to hear this little video and see you on a little screen where you like the sound of your own voice, and that's why they leave. So do you want to know something that helps you stack monthly recurring revenue like nothing else? Actually remember what you got in this job in the first place for. Why did you start to become a personal trainer and online coach? It was to help people, to have an impact, and it's for you to grow in a role, in a business that you're passionate about and you're excited about. If you're feeling like your passion's getting tested, it's not about flinging automations and systems and all this other stuff in. It's about actually coaching, but do it right. Do it in an efficient way, do it in a way that fuels your passion. Do it in a way that makes you feel like it isn't work and it's just part of what you love doing every single day. Add in all the system stuff, become a business owner, and that's the perfect formula. And that's it for today's video. I would love you to subscribe, share this with another fellow coach, online personal trainer, to help spread the word that online coaching is not a scam when the right people are helping people and not just taking their money from them, not taking £1,000, £2,000, £3,000 off them to send them a fucking video every single week and barely speak to them, okay? Speak to you soon.